Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Hammer to Grammar. Okay. And here's the gang here. There's Banjo. Sylvia. Hey. There's Pepper. Hey, everybody, what's up? And there's Minnie. Whoa, long time no see. I don't know what's going on here. You know, I've been trying to get it to go video for a while now. You know, bedtime. Yeah, we had, I had to, do some research on this latest Hammer to Grammar one. It's on verbs. It's verbs, verbals, participles. So I had to do some research here. Hopefully I got it right, but if I'm wrong, I'll just keep learning until I get it right. Okay? So, all right, Hammer to Grammar. Maybe I'll call this Hammer to Grammar 2. All right, and this is with verbs, participles, infinitives, gerunds, verbals. Okay? So Hammer to Grammar. Okay, even if I'm wrong, I'll keep learning until I'm right. Okay, and then learning grammar is a good brain exercise. All right, and I hope I get my eyes to look in the right spot so it looks like I'm looking at you. What happened was when I went outside a couple weeks ago for Happy New Year, and it was like really cold out, it kind of messed up the camera a little bit because the button that I look at, red button is on the other side of the screen, but that's in the wrong spot now. It's on the opposite side of the screen. So I have to look just to the right of the screen and like in the middle, but I have nothing to zero in on. So I'm just looking like right now, I'm looking to the right and to the middle of the screen, and hopefully that's where I have to look to have my eyes focused as if I'm looking at you. All right, so if I'm a little bit off there, it's like right now I don't have anything to pinpoint. I might have to during some off time, just try to zero in on like what spot I have to look at. Maybe put something there. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is it's about verbs. Okay, and dealing with verbs, I'm going to put out all the verb forms. All right. People say like there's basically four verb forms, right? And there's like the present simple, then there's the past, and then there's the past participle, present participle. They do it that way, some of them. But I added the S form as well, which is the present tense, third person singular present tense. You get an S form on the singular verbs there. So I added that as well as another category. Okay, and also I added the infinitive, because they always mention the infinitive as a verb. But it's not a verb. It's made from a verb. But it never acts as the main verb in a sentence. But a lot of times they just keep calling it the verb, and it's always very confusing. So the infinitive is not a verb. All right, infinitive. Okay, and an infinitive has the word to in front of it. And then I try to find out what exactly that word to is. I mean, it's not a preposition because a verb follows. A noun has to follow a preposition, right? The object of the preposition, the object has to be a noun. Okay, so what is to here? And, some, I don't know, so-called grammarians, whatever, still call it like a preposition. Some call it a particle, an adverb. The latest website I went to, they just called it the word to, all right? W-O-R-D, to. The word to, all right? So that's what I'll call it. It's funny how they have certain words and they don't even have a name for it. I think other grammarians call it like a particle also, but I don't know. And what the heck is a particle, or is it an adverb or whatever? I don't know. All right, so I'm just going to call it the word to in front of a verb is the infinitive, okay? So, all right, the infinitive is to hit, all right? And the thing about an infinitive, all right, although you hear it called a verb a lot of times, right, it's never the verb, okay? Never the verb, never the verb. in a sentence. The infinitive is what is called a verbal. And a verbal is made from a verb, okay, like to hit, okay. Hit is a verb on its own, hit is a noun. But when you put the word to in front of it, to hit, it becomes an infinitive. And the infinitive acts as a different part of speech, okay. So it's made from a verb, but it acts as either an adjective, an adverb, or a noun, all right. So in the sentence, to hit, if it's in the sentence as that, with the word to and followed by the verb hit, to hit, it's not going to be the verb in the sentence. It's going to be either an adjective, adverb, or a noun. And but yet it has properties of a verb still, which makes it kind of confusing, because the words that follow the word to hit would act as if hit were the verb. Okay, so like, for instance, like to hit, okay, even though it would be as a function, say, like an adjective in a sentence, within its own phrase, right? To hit the ball, for instance, okay? To hit the ball, all right? Ball is a noun, and ball would be considered a direct object of the action verb hit, okay? Although hit is only an action verb within its own infinitive phrase, okay? But overall, to hit the ball, that whole infinitive phrase there, to hit the ball, might be an adjective in the sentence, okay? And if I confused you, I'm sorry about it. It does sound kind of confusing, but you know, it's kind of tough. I mean, grammar can be kind of complicated, you know, when you get to the nitty gritty and try to figure things out. It's, you know, like most people, it's better to just like, well, you learn how to write by repetition, but a lot of times you can't explain what you're writing or what's going on in a sentence. You just write the way you see other people writing or the way you read stuff in books and stuff like that. But all right, but to actually break it down, it can be difficult to try to figure this stuff out. Okay, so all right, let me just take a little break here on my hand. I wonder if I could possibly switch off on the hands. I tried this once before, it didn't work. Okay. It's also holding up the wrong page there. So hopefully I didn't get the stuff in the middle of the previous page because it had wrong information. I had to do a rewrite. Okay, so oh, excuse me. Yeah, so the previous page had some misinformation on it, so this is the correct page. All right. Okay. Let's see what we have here now. Okay, so we have the simple present. Okay, I'm using the verb to hit, and I don't know why. I thought maybe start off with a word that it's an irregular verb because it doesn't have an ed ending on the past tense. Okay, the past tense is the same as the present tense. It's hit all the way across. Hit, 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 hit. Okay, except third person singular. Present tense is the S form, so it's hits. Okay, so that's right there. Third person singular. Present tense S form, okay? Then you have, all right, the past tense there is hit. You have the past participle, again, is hit. And then you have the present participle, which is has an ing ending. Present participle has an ing ending, okay? All right, so it's hitting, all right? And, okay. Let's see if I can switch this off here. Hitting. And what I have here is, let's see if I can get some light. Okay. In order for the past participle to be a verb, okay, to be a main verb, it has to have a helping verb in front of it. Okay? So, like for instance, I have to go back. I can't do this. I can't even work my right hand on this thing yet. Okay. All right, so, okay, the past participle, in order for it to be a main verb, okay, it has to have a helping verb in front of it, okay? So it's have, has, or had, okay, or am, is, are, was, were, all right? Okay, so have, has, had with the past participle, okay, equals the perfect tenses, okay? So that forms the perfect tense, okay? But at least the past participle is a main verb there, okay, with have, has, or had in front of it, all right? So in this case, let's see, has hit, have hit, has hit, had hit, okay? Okay. I have hit the ball. He has hit the ball. He, she, it has hit the ball. Okay, I had hit the ball. Okay, that's hit would be the main verb there. Okay, but if you don't have an helping verb in front of it, like have, has, had, am, is, are, was, were. Okay, if you don't have like one of those words in front of hit, it's not a verb anymore. Then it would only be an adjective. Okay, so if you just see the verb hit, okay, and you don't see preceding it a helping verb, then hit is going to be an adjective. Okay, it's going to be a participle or a participle phrase, but it's one of the participles. It would be called a past participle, which would be an adjective. Okay, and it'd be a verbal. Okay, because a verbal is made from a verb, but it's not the main verb. Okay, all right, and the same thing the present participle, only this one has am, is, are, was, were, been. Okay, I am hitting, he is hitting, we are hitting, he was hitting, we were hitting, I have been hitting. Okay, I have been hitting. That's a perfect progressive. Okay, there, because you have the verb, you have the helping verb have, which indicates perfect, and then you have the be or the been, okay, which would complete the perfect there, because it would be perfect tense. It is have, form of have plus the past participle. So been would be the past participle there. So that would qualify for a perfect tense there. Okay, I have been hitting. All right, so again, perfect tense would be form of the verb to have, okay, plus the past participle. When in this case, I have been hitting, the past participle would be been, okay, and hitting would be in the I guess you call it the progressive tense. All right, and the progressive tense is indicated by the ing ending, and the ing ending then indicates continuous action. So the action is still going on when you have a progressive tense, okay, indicated by the ing ending. Oh. Light break, light break, light break. Oh, okay. All right. This might be a long one here. Okay. So let's go here. See what else we got going here. Okay, so we go across. So, okay, the first one, the infinitive, that's never the verb, okay? And that's what I wrote down. Okay, so that's never the verb. Okay, for crying out loud, I don't want this freaky light show with the red and purple colors. Okay, so then you have the simple present. Okay, that's a verb. Yeah, anything else, hit. Okay, I hit the ball. Okay, then third person singular present tense. Okay, that's fine too. Doesn't need any help with the helping verb. Okay, he, she, it hits the ball. Okay, all right. Okay, then what I have here, simple past. Okay, that's fine too. I hit the ball. Okay, now look, I mean, you have simple present and simple past are both the